Sports.
We are the Fourth. We are Florida.
In Miami tonight, baseball. The Milwaukee Brewers are in town. This would be Game 2. The Brewers impressive offensively last night. Brewers have won 4 in a row. Logan Morrison back and feeling good. Game 3 for him. Giancarlo Stanton, game number 2. Marcell Ozuna just happy to be between the two in the lineup. Willie Peralta, one of the top prospects for the Brewers, gets the start, and one of the Marlins' top prospects, Jacob Turner, gets the ball for the Fish. Hi, everyone. Rich Waltz, welcome to Miami. Welcome to Email and Twitter Tuesday. Welcome to a night where Ken Rosenthal of Fox Sports will join us. It's a big night, Tommy Hutton.
You know, it's always a big night when you're here, when we have our blue blazers on. We're ready to go. I'm anxious to see how Jacob Turner, his third start now since coming back, he's had a couple of real nice ones.
It would be nice if the Marlins offense joined us tonight as well. The Fish struggled last night against the Brewers. They do, however, have reinforcements here. Giancarlo Stanton's first game last night. He actually had some pretty good swings last night.
You know, we kind of tracked him to see how he would go. He looked like he was running well. He had a few plays in the outfield. He had to chase down a few balls in the corner. He moved pretty well, and that's what you look for. You don't want to look for those real quick movements. Hit a couple of balls pretty well. It's going to take a while for that timing to get up there, but he singled up the middle on a base hit. He hits those ground balls as hard as anybody with just tremendous topspin. So overall, I thought it was pretty good for Giancarlo last night, and we'll kind of watch him now as the days go by.
Without a doubt, if you're going to beat the Brewers, you're going to have to outscore the Brewers. Even without Ryan Braun, he's out of the lineup again tonight, and without Corey Hart, he's on the disabled list. The Brewers had a big night offensively last night. Some of their guys that had struggled a bit really came through. Ricky Weeks in particular.
I tell you, with family here watching, he gave them a huge pick-me-up. Ricky Weeks had really been struggling. He had 3 hits in the game, had an infield hit. He hit a laser shot, a home run. And to show you how badly Ricky Weeks has struggled, he's hit in 13 of 15. Didn't affect his defense. He's hitting around 350 during that time, but his overall average is still just 209. So that gives you an average of where he was, what he's done to get here, and he had a big night last night.
Okay, it's the battle of top prospects because you got 2 guys on the mound who both organizations feel an awful lot about. And certainly Jacob Turner, the last time he pitched well. Our Coventry Healthcare starters. Willie Peralta's at the top of the prospect list for the Brewers.
Yeah, Peralta actually signed as an outfielder. He's a good athlete, a power arm. And as I mentioned before, we'll see how Jacob Turner now, his 3rd consecutive start.
Okay, there you have it. So the Marlins and the Brewers. And tonight we're gonna turn to you. Yeah, you, Jacob Turner, and you out there. We're gonna find out who's the best in the big leagues. When we get back, we'll talk Turner as the Marlins and the Brewers get ready to go. center field, Craig Minervini, Jeff Conine. Gents.
Thank you, Rich Waltz. Good evening again, everybody. Jacob Turner makes his third start tonight. You can only hope, Jeff Conine, that it's as good as the first two so far at the big league level this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's been very impressive the first two starts so far this year. 13 innings pitched. He's only given up 9 hits and 1 earned run on the season, .69 ERA, so he's doing very well. Didn't start off that way. Spring training was horrible. Got it going again in New Orleans, as you see by the graphic here. The opponent average starting to come down. Control starting to come back. Average, I think the ERA is a little inflated because he had a couple early bad starts in New Orleans, but really finished up strong there, and of course here has been outstanding.
We'll have a good test tonight against a very tough Milwaukee lineup. For more on this game and what we have in store for you tonight, it's an Email Twitter Tuesday. Here's Allison Williams.
Hey Craig, hey Niner. Yes, the theme tonight for our social media driven broadcast is baseball's best. We're going to have all the broadcasters weigh in on who they think is the best in these 4 categories: best hitter, best pitcher, fielder, and team in the 2013 MLB season. We'll also hear from some of the Marlins on who they think is the best in each category, and we want to hear from all of you, so send us your tweets at Fox Marlins and use that hashtag baseball's best for those 4 categories. We want to hear what you guys all think. It is an Email Twitter Tuesday, so make sure your phones, your tablets are charged up, your thumbs are loose and ready to go. Fire away your tweets as Game 2 between the Marlins and the Brewers. Fish looks to even up the series against the Brew Crew next right here.
Toyota, let's go places. Buy AT&T U versus TV. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-AT&T. Rethink possible. By Just For Men Auto Stop, the foolproof way to get rid of gray. And by Checkers, feast on. In Miami tonight, Jacob Turner makes his 3rd start of the season. His first 2 have been very nice. And he tries to continue that against a very explosive offense. That would be the Milwaukee Brewers. Norichika Aoki leads it off. Gene Segura, the shortstop, having a terrific year. And so is Carlos Gomez in center. Aramis Ramirez is at 3rd. No Ryan Braun again tonight. Jonathan Lucroy will do the catching. Logan Schaefer plays left. Ricky Weeks, a big night last night. Unieski Betancourt getting some time at first base. And Willie Peralta hits 9th.
Well, we talked about the 22-year-old, and I think sometimes we forget that Jacob Turner is still just 22 years old. Makes his 3rd start since coming back up from AAA.
And his first start against the Mets, he was terrific. 7 innings, 5 hits, no runs. His second start in Philly, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Pinch a Penny brings you the first pitch. And here it comes, a fastball that glides in and catches the corner against Aoki, who was all over the bases last night. He had 2 hits. He drew a walk. He was hit by a pitch. And he slaps that one down the left field line out of play. And quickly, it's 0-2.
Well, Rich, that's kind of a good description of the delivery of Jacob Turner. He kind of glides. It's a very smooth, gliding type delivery.
Aoki with an on-base percentage of .381. We talked about the Marlins in Marlins Live and their lineup and how they're trying to start the engine and get some runs going. For the Brewers, they've got 2 terrific table setters, Aoki and Segura, the hit machine shortstop, who's right behind him.
Well, Segura's on-base percentage .371, Aoki at .381.
1-2 pitch. Got him. Lance Barrett rings up Aoki, who wanders around by the plate. Turner gets a strikeout. This game underway, and here's the defense for the Marlins. It's brought to you by the Cleveland Clinic, Florida.
Well, there's Juan Pierre, second game in a row for Marcell Ozuna in center with Giancarlo Stanton, the right fielder. Ed Lucas starting at third base tonight. That's Echeverria, Dietrich, and Lomo around the infield. And Jeff Mathis handling Jacob Turner, who handled Nori Aoki, who struck out for the first time in 73 plate appearances.
He's the toughest guy to strike out in the big leagues. And here is Segura. All the hitting that the Brewers did last night, they banged out 16 of them. Segura had just 1. It's going to be a tough play. Dietrich bare hands and safe at first. Segura runs well, and he's extended his hit streak now to 8 straight. A hitting machine is Gene Segura. At least he is this year. That's his 85th hit already.
It's one of those base hits that hitters will say he smelled the base hit coming out of the batter's box. He knew he had a chance with his speed. Once he saw that ball hop high in the air, he knew he had a chance to beat it out.
I know Zach Greinke was a coveted guy, and the Angels got him. You see the infield hit leaders. And Segura, one of the names that you didn't recognize when that trade was made, but now you see what he's doing, and you see how old he is. He's just 23. And the future looks pretty bright out at short for the Brewers. Segura runs, and Gomez clobbers one to left field. Back goes Pierre. At the track, he makes a catch. In the corner, Segura retraces. He did touch second base on his way back to first.
Carlos Gomez thinking about some of the other ballparks that he had been breaking into his home run trot with that ball. Down the line in the corner. I think he thought it was out. Segura was on the move. And just a couple of steps from the wall. And Segura does the right thing. If you pass the bag, you have to retrace it. You have to step on it again. And he hustled himself all the way back to first.
That may have sent Bernie Brewer down his slide.
Oh, he'd have been down that slide in a heartbeat.
Aramis Ramirez now. Turner from the stretch. Segura is leaning and stepping, and I think Logan Morrison screamed,
somebody
step
else
off.
Step off, and that was good because you saw Segura. He's itching to steal.
Anytime a base stealer starts to move his feet, Ramirez a big swing, and he fouls it back. Aramis Ramirez, kind of an injury-filled season so far, but the Brewers are hopeful that he can stay healthy and produce much like last year when he knocked in 105 runs. He's done that 7 times in his career. Knock in over 100 runs in a season.
The other thing, Rich, with Segura at first base, who certainly wants to steal, wants to get into scoring position, as a pitcher, you want to give Jeff Mathis every opportunity to throw him out because Mathis on the year is 7 out of 9 in nailing runners.
It's one of the things that the Marlin catchers, and you have to give the pitchers credit for this as well, catchers have thrown well and controlled the running game somewhat. In this day and age, you can't shut it all the way down. Even Yadier Molina gives up a stolen base every now and then. It's an email and a Twitter Tuesday. We'll get that started once this game gets to the bottom of the first.
I always anticipate the ceremonial first email or tweet.
Up and in. I don't know if it hit Ramirez or not. The runner ends up at second, and that's Segura.
Yeah, I don't think it hit him. Somehow it missed him, and it also got away from Mathis. That's a wild pitch. Going to be a wild pitch. He said that's how badly he misses with that pitch. Mathis was actually set up on the outside corner. That's like missing from Florida to Seattle.
That's 3,000 miles, my friend. Randi Institute, Fox Tracks barely caught that one on the radar. And of course, he comes back.
I mean, hitters
bends
go
one
nuts.
In there for a strike.
Hitters go nuts when that happens.
Turner misses away, and the count is 2-2. I think you're going to like the ceremonial first email tonight.
Okay.
2-2. And it's away, and the count's 3-2. At Fox Marlins, you can tweet your question, hashtag baseball's best. You heard Allison Williams that tonight all of us had to throw in our 2 cents. Baseball's best pitcher, best hitter, best team, best defender. And Turner misses down low, and so runners first and second. Let's throw out that first email, shall we? It's from John in the Tri-Cities, Tommy.
Okay,
we're big in the Tri-Cities.
Yeah, we've talked about the Tri-Cities.
That's up in Washington.
Pasco, Kennewick,
Richland. Greetings from the Tri-Cities. I wanted to say people don't realize how much baseball affects the fans. And he says, I love baseball so much that I enjoy watching a good player from another team. Baseball affects me in the way that the Marlins have been my team since the beginning of the Marlins. I have a stressful job. I've had some bad times. But when I turn the Marlins games on, all of my problems go away. And if the Marlins game is not on, I'll watch another game. My question is, how does baseball affect you, Tommy and Rich?
Well, it's pretty much affected my entire life because I've grown up in it. I grew up playing it. Grew up playing in the minor leagues, the major leagues, broadcasting. I watched my 2 sons play through college, play baseball, lived and died with their games. So it's affected my entire life. It's affected by my marriage. Been married for 38 years, and at times that hasn't been easy in this game. But it's a great life. I wouldn't trade it in for anything else.
Well said. That could be its own reality show. And your wife is a saint, by the way.
Oh, she sure is.
As is mine. Runner goes, breaking ball in the dirt. Mathis smothers it. Just one runner went, and that was Segura to third. And Ramirez holds up at first base. So the count's 1-2. There's Segura. 18 stolen bases.
You don't want to see this inning get out of hand, because with a couple of outs, Jacob Turner has a chance to just shut it down, get an out, let his team go hit.
Jonathan Lucroy, red hot. Turner stays away. It's 2-2. To finish the thought on the email from the Tri-Cities, I'm with him in a sense that baseball is very much an escape. Even a baseball game that can be trying. Saturday, 6.5 hours, 20 innings. I had fun.
Oh, yeah. I think we both did.
We had a great time. I mean, you get into that situation, it's so unique and it's so odd that you just have a lot of fun with it. And we did. Lucroy swings and misses, and Turner gets out of the first without any damage. Headed to the bottom of the first in Miami, the Brewers and the Marlins. Milwaukee leaves a couple, and the Marlins come up and get their first swings at Willie Peralta. And here come the Fish in this orderly fashion. Juan Pierre's in left. Ed Lucas gets the start in the 2 spot. Giancarlo Stanton with Marcell Ozuna slotted between Stanton and Logan Morrison. Derek Dietrich at second. Rodney Echeverria at short. Jeff Mathis hits 8th. And Jacob Turner will hit 9th. And the 24-year-old Dominican, Willie Peralta, he is a stout fellow at 6'1", listed at 245, and he goes to work against the Fish.
You know, he has fond memories of this ballpark. Last September 5th, he made his first Major League start against the Marlins. He won the ball game, went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. He walked 4. He can get a little wild, so you have to be patient with him, but he does have a power arm.
So here's Pierre against Peralta. And a fastball misses up. JP 2 for 4 in last night's ball game. And you can see his average is steadily climbed up closer to 250 after a real struggle for the first month and a half. Two and 1. Marlins last night saw the Brewers jump out early and never really had an opportunity to get the running game going. A line shot that Segura tracks down. An out, and here comes Ed Lucas. The defense is brought to you by the Cleveland Clinic, Florida.
Let's see if the Brewers made any changes. They did. Schaefer, Gomez, Aoki in the outfield. No changes there. Ramirez and Segura. Ricky Weeks. Yuniesky Betancourt is the first baseman. We saw Juan Francisco over there last night. And Jonathan Lucroy behind the plate.
Here is Lucas. And he takes out. The count's 1-0. Ed Lucas entering into his second week in the big leagues. Last night he came in, was robbed of a hit, would have driven in a run. And then he did drive in a run with a ground ball out. He takes down low. It's 3-0. Jesus has a tweet. I thought Donovan Solano would be up replacing Polanco, who is struggling mildly. Not Ed Lucas. Well, Polanco is out with a sore back. Solano just came off the disabled list because he was on the DL. Lucas turns on that one and fouls it off, but he has been optioned to the minor leagues. So right now, Lucas is the guy who is spelling Polanco at third. But Solano is still very much in the picture.
Yeah, I would say if there ever was an injury that put Polanco on the disabled list, we would definitely see Donovan Solano, who can fill all the infield spots.
One of the real values for Lucas is he can play all 4 infield spots and play them well. And so against a tough lefty, the Marlins can slide him over to first and give Logan Morrison a day off. 3-2. Fastball foul back and out of play. Let's scout this 24-year-old Willie Peralta.
Oh, check that report. Explosive with the fastball. 2 and 4 seamers. There's a little deceptive bite on that breaking ball.
Fastball, Lucas to center field. Gomez is out there, and he makes the catch. All right, it's Email Twitter Tuesday. We've got a theme going tonight. Ken Rosenthal of Fox Sports will be joining us as well. Go to the Marlins page at foxsportsflorida.com. Click on Game Connect. And then once you're on Game Connect, go to Ask the Broadcast. You can email us that way or on Twitter at Fox Marlins. Hashtag Baseball Best. Baseball's Best tonight. And Ken Rosenthal will join us. We all had to submit our selections for Baseball's Best.
By the way, we enjoy having Ken on. Usually we wait until the trading deadline and have the big phone call with Ken Rosenthal to talk over rumors, prospective trades. So nice to have him on prior to that.
There's a lot of issues and a lot of things to talk about in baseball. Some teams that are starting to get hot. Stanton, boy, he hit a couple ground balls Segura's way last night, and he finds him again tonight. A 1-2-3 inning for Willie Peralta. We are scoreless. The Home Run Challenge. Today, every home run in this game raises $10,000 for prostate cancer research. You can make a pledge by going online to homerunchallenge.org. All leading up to Father's Day, of course. On Sunday, Jacob Turner gets Logan Schaefer, Ricky Weeks, and Yuniesky Betancourt. In the second in Miami, Turner catches the corner for a strike. Email from Dante in Orlando. All-star voting going on. Who do you think will be chosen from the Marlins? That's been a point of discussion for the last month or so. The Marlins, there really isn't a candidate that jumps off the page right now. Marcell Ozuna certainly is probably the leader in the clubhouse. Then maybe a Jose Fernandez after that.
Jose Fernandez, if Ricky Nolasco, because He's a little bit of a veteran. He's been around. If he could put together a couple starts, pick up a couple of wins, possibly.
He has a nice ERA.
Yeah. That's right now. It's a tough call.
1-2. Schaefer reaches out and just misses extra bases. Emergency swing. Actually got a pretty good piece of that ball. Schaefer had 2 hits last night. Weeks, who's on deck, had 3 hits. Dave wants to know, who do you think will win the College World Series?
Boy, it's always such a toss-up. You get into best of 3s. And by the way, North Carolina beat South Carolina to move on to Omaha. And Colin Moran, Marlins #1 pick, had a big triple in that game that I believe tied the game. So North Carolina moves on. I think UCLA is going to be in Omaha. LSU.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Was it a foul tip? Nope. Mathis dug it and tagged him out. It's a strikeout for Turner. He's got 3 strikeouts already. And Ricky Weeks will come up. I will, and I'll be very upfront about this, a teammate of mine in college, his son hit a big 2-run homer last night for Oregon State.
You got to go for Oregon State then.
So I'm on that Oregon State Beaver bandwagon.
Totally understood.
Love the Beavers. 2-time champion Oregon State Beavers. Ricky Weeks. If you were with us last night, you saw Ricky Weeks at his finest. At the plate and in the field, Weeks made some terrific plays. Robbed the Marlins of a couple of hits. And then he went 3 for 5 with a home run.
I think you're watching as you see Jacob Turner work. He has that easy fastball that kind of jumps in on hitters. And if he spots it like that, he's going to have success. A little trouble early on with the breaking balls, but he's gotten some of the Brewers to chase his curveball out of the strike zone.
We have a terrific email on deck here from Mike in Tampa. And you're going to get a new school and an old school answer on this question. Here's the 1-2. Weeks cranks one left field deep. It's hooking and it's foul. All right, here's the email. You'll enjoy this one.
All right.
And Mike is 14. He's a pitcher at his school. He and his dad were watching the Rays game last night. Remember they had that dust up with the Red Sox?
Yeah.
His dad told him that it's never okay to hit a player with a ball, but the announcer, not sure which telecast he was watching, said it was okay because he was showing the pitcher up. Who's right, my dad or the pitcher who hit the guy? Thank you for your answer.
Wow, there's so much you could read into that as far as showing up. What do you mean showing up? That's a broad term.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Oh man, Turner all of a sudden has dialed it in.
Well, he's moving that fastball around. You saw pitches on the inner part. This time he goes away. Beautifully placed fastball to freeze Weeks. I don't think if you're a pitcher you should ever intend, especially to hit a hitter in the head. I think you can move a hitter off the plate, and if you hit him in the ribs, if you hit him on the backside, so be it. That's okay.
Here's Betancourt. And a chopper down the line. Lucas lets it go, and it's a great decision. Now that's a Dartmouth-educated third baseman right there.
I mean, that's a smart choice.
Because it didn't look like it was going to go foul, but he must have read the English on the ball.
And this question doesn't show up on your SATs either. It shows up in playing for 10 years in the minor leagues. You know what? I once told my youngest son, who was about 10 at the time, to back a guy off the plate in a Little League game because he had real good control and everybody was digging in off of him. My wife got a little upset, but...
So there you go, Mike. It's not okay to intentionally hit someone with the ball. But Tommy says you can back a guy off the plate as long as you got good control. Here's the 0-1. And Turner bounces it. But your dad's right, so listen to your dad. Dad sounds like he's on the right track.
Dad's on the ball. That's right.
Turner lost that 1-1 breaking ball and misses inside. Here's a 2-1 pitch. It's fouled off. Now this is a terrific email because we had fun with this weekend. And that was the Manny Ramirez home run call in Taiwan. This is from Gil in Winter Haven, saying that his wife is from Taiwan and she translated the home run call for us, saying that that ball is so gone and it's not coming back, just like my old girlfriend is not coming back.
That's what was great about the Taiwanese broadcaster. He gave you the Taiwan version and the English version.
He broke into English.
Yeah.
2-2. This one's going to stay fair, and this one Lucas fires across the diamond. Morrison picks it out of the air off the shoulder of Betancourt. Nice inning for Jacob Turner. As you see the fish, and the Brewers are scoreless in the bottom of the second. We're in high definition, and it's brought to you by H.H. Gray. Inside Marlins Park, Willie Peralta and Jacob Turner. You got a 22-year-old in Turner and a 24-year-old in Peralta. Both organizations very high on both right-handers. Marcell Ozuna, Logan Morrison, Derek Dietrich in the second on an email and Twitter Tuesday. Let's check in with Allison Wood. We have missed the social media Contessa. Hi, A-Dub.
Oh, thank you guys so much. I missed you all very much as well. It's been a long time. Glad to be back now for an email Twitter Tuesday, and we asked all the viewers to weigh in on who they think is the best in baseball in 4 categories. We also asked some of the Marlins to weigh in as far as who they thought were the best in the 4 categories that we're using today. Of course, you can reach us #BaseballsBest, and the results for the Marlins in, first of all, best hitter, who else? Miguel Cabrera, hello, just won a Triple Crown. Best pitcher, Clay Buchholz, only pitcher to receive multiple votes. Best fielder, they went with the Marlins youngster, Adeiny Echeverria. And best team, the Atlanta Braves. Now, we've had some of our viewers chime in already. Valerie, I like where her mind is at with this one. She says, Best pitcher, Turner. Best hitter, Stanton. Best fielder, Pierre. Best team, Marlins. Hart, Stanton, 2-7. So go, Valerie, hardcore Marlins fan chiming in. We want to hear from everyone, though. Hashtag baseball's best to reach us, guys.
And later in the show, our selections will be revealed.
Got some good categories, and there's some great choices.
And we've gone to even a higher source with Ken Rosenthal of Fox Sports joining us.
Think we could throw those questions, just put him on the spot?
The one about throwing at the hitter?
No. The one about the 4 choice, the best hitter. Best,
absolutely, yeah. That's right up his alley. Best bow tie.
Best bow tie, yeah.
Yes. Ozuna's at first, and Morrison takes down low. The count's 2-0.
Of course, I tweeted out a picture of our tie selections that we have a choice every so often.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I've been writing the emails. You've been on the Twitter feed. Morrison cranks that one in the gap, left center field. Good jump by Ozuna. It'll go to the wall. Ozuna racing for third. To third. They'll send him. Coming home. He will score. And that is the Logan Morrison the Marlins have been waiting for. Once he is able to get his legs healthy, that's back to 2010, early 2011 Lomo.
Oh, that is great Lomo right there. Gaps. Be it right center, left center, fastball stayed up, tailed away a little bit, so he just took it right there into that left center field gap. He hit it so hard that it was a little closer play at the plate than I thought. I thought Ozuna would score easily. He just waved home by Joe Espada. And the Marlins get on the board just like that. Great shot by Lomo.
Morrison now 3 for 7 with 3 walks since joining the ball club. And now here's Dietrich with a runner at second and a ball in the dirt and nobody out. And Dietrich obviously trying to, at the very least, advance Morrison 90 feet to third base.
You just want to get that job done. You don't want to be satisfied with 1 run here. You want to move Morrison over to third and then give an opportunity to Echeverria, Mathis, whoever comes up to get the second run in.
That's deep.
Oh, how
right
about
field. And gone. Wow. Upper porch. Derek Dietrich. 3-0 Marlins.
Good things happen when you try to pull a ball and move a runner.
Sixth home run for Dietrich.
I love seeing Dietrich and Logan Morrison hanging around together near the batting cage. They're out of the same mold.
Well, the Marlins with 2 very well struck balls and another liner. This is Echeverria into right field. Marlins look like the Brewers of last night. 4 straight hits.
He's thinking getting a pitch to pull. Oh, does he get a beautiful pitch to pull, and he launches. That ball got into that home run porch, the second deck. Look at that, about 3 rows back, and it got there in a hurry. Terrific swing by Derek Dietrich.
Rick Kranitz, pitching coach for the Brewers, former pitching coach for the Marlins, out to talk to Peralta and Lucroy. Peralta looked sharp in the first, but the Marlins have come out with 4 consecutive hits, a single by Ozuna, RBI double by Morrison, 2-run homer by Dietrich, and a line drive single by Echeverria. And here's Mathis.
And Rich, that's only the 10th home run the Marlins have hit at home this year.
Ground ball, base hit, center field. Even Mathis. Echeverria, big turn, and he's back at second base. And of course, that home run and the home run challenge, Tommy, that's $10,000 right there.
It's even better. Love to see Jeff Mathis get in on the hit parade. Doesn't try to do too much. Got a little hanging breaking ball and sends it right back up the middle.
And this sets up nicely for Turner with runners first and second and nobody out. He'll try to bunt the runners over. Brewers crash the corners, and they get the out at third, and they get the out at first. That's nicely done by the Brewers. Not well executed by the Marlins.
They are crashing, and we've talked about the ability of Ramirez, but the bunt doesn't go to him. We also talked about the athletic ability of Peralta, who's signed as an outfielder, so he's a good player. And he pounced on that bunt, which was a little too hard, made the right play to third, and then they were able to get the double play on the throw over to first.
So Mathis is the only guy left out there. And here's Pierre, who lined to short his first time up. And Peralta looks a little bit shocked out there. As you pointed out, his first major league start was here.
Yeah, he pitched out of the bullpen. Prior to that, he pitched in a game in Denver, but his first major league start right here.
Pierre and Peralta snares it and holds it, and the inning is over. The Marlins will have to settle for 3, even though they banged out 5 hits. The biggest from Derek Dietrich. 2-run shot, 3-0 lead.
En español está disponible por...
Looks pretty darn good, doesn't it? Derek Dietrich.
Como se disfruta en este momento de la ventaja de 3.
3-0, Marlins on top in the third. Derek Dietrich's home run. Racing sausages. What could be better? Wednesday night, that would be tomorrow night. Kids 12 and under eat free. Now that's pretty good as well. All season long on Wednesdays, kids in attendance get a voucher for a free KM Beef Frank, not a racing one, a bag of Frito-Lay chips, a small Pepsi or Aquafina water. You go to Marlins.com for more information. Back to work for Jacob Turner, Willie Peralta, Norichika Aoki, and Jean Segura for the Brewers of Milwaukee. For Brewers can score. There's no question about that. They did it last night in a 6-1 win. We showed you their offensive numbers on Marlins Live. Impressive. The issues for Milwaukee's been starting pitching. Liner in the center, and that looks like a guy that was a former outfielder.
Yeah, it sure does. He had a power arm, swing the bat, but they liked his power arm on the mound a little bit better.
Even with 4 consecutive wins, the Brewers are 11 under right now. All right, emails and tweets and a Twitter poll brought to you by AT&T. Baseball's best food, bratwurst or stone crabs? Hashtag Mill Brats. Hashtag MIA Crabs. Oh, it's for the cities, not the ballparks. I was about to say, I haven't seen stone crabs here, but I guess for the cities. Are bratwurst the official food of Milwaukee? Is that?
I would think so, yeah.
I thought beer was.
Cheese.
we love cheese.
Remember we got that great cheese platter
we did.
A couple of years ago.
From the House of Cheese.
Yeah.
And I believe one of the racing sausages presented it to us, which made it even better. Yoel had an email of 9 minutes ago saying, why do you think the Marlins are favoring Dietrich over Solano?
I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, but then he just sent one back like 2 minutes later saying, I guess Dietrich just answered my question.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? That's a great point, because managers will say that. Many managers have said this when asked, who are you going to make the decision to play this guy or this guy? And the manager will just say, I don't have to make the decision. The player will make the decision. Whoever wins the job is going to be playing.
Mathis on his way out to talk to the young pitcher as Aoki waits with a count 1-2. Now, as Tommy pointed out, Aoki struck out. We'll look at Mike Redmond. He struck out in the first. He'd gone 72 consecutive at bats without a strikeout. And so that was rare, and maybe that's why he lingered at the plate so long. He'd not felt that shame in a long time.
He's only struck out 13 times all year, the entire season.
It's the best ratio in the major leagues.
And he's closing in on 250 at bats.
Little tapper, might be 2. Echeverria from his knees, and that eliminated the shot of getting the speedy Aoki.
I'll tell you what, though, I can't believe how hard Echeverria got that throw off, even from his knee. Listen. That's Jeff Mathis yelling 2. And from his knee, Echeverria got off a strong throw and made it close. A chest-high throw that's on line, they have a chance of getting a double play. But a good effort by Etch, who continues to play solid shortstop night in and night out.
As Allison Williams reported, she was able to ask some of the Marlins their choices for best hitter, best pitcher, best fielder, best team, and Echeverria was the winner as best fielder. Drew sends in best hitter Miguel Cabrera, best pitcher Clay Buchholz, best fielder Mike Trout, best team Atlanta Braves.
Good choices, all good choices.
Oh, 0-1 to Segura. We've got much better speed now at first with Aoki. Though he's not an accomplished base stealer. He's stolen 6 bags, but he's been caught 7 times.
Kind of falls into that category of a guy who runs the bases really well. First to third, gets up the line quickly. But as a base stealer, just okay. I like Jesus' choices. He tweets Miggy, Kershaw, Brandon Phillips and the Cardinals.
Tim tweets, Chris Davis, best hitter. Adam Wainwright, best pitcher. Cardinals' best team, but he didn't put a best defender in there. Ground ball short. Echeverria. Dietrich's turn on the money. And the Marlins do turn a double play for Jacob Turner. Bottom of third coming up. Miami 3-0.
Fish coming up to the plate, and the Major League Baseball Players Association has done a terrific job with its a great job here with buses for baseball, and this big group here today. Usto J, whose son plays in the major leagues, is one of the volunteer coaches, and these kids from Overtown are having a great time today, aren't they?
They're having a tremendous time and a great experience. If it weren't for the Major League Baseball Players Association, they may not have the opportunity to come to the stadium and enjoy this beautiful surroundings.
They love the camera too. Hey, they got a chance to, everybody got a baseball, autographs on the field. What a great experience.
Yes, Juan Pierre, Mr. Stanton came by, and they have a fan club now.
And they've got a good team to root for. Again, Major League Baseball Players Association does this. Come here, your name is Kenny, right?
Yes.
How much fun did you have today?
A lot. I had a lot of fun.
Show us that ball.
I got some autographs from a lot of players.
And to be on the field?
It's great. See Marlins players here.
You guys are having a good time? Tell me about, who's your favorite autograph today? Did you get Stanton's autograph?
Yes.
You have fun out there?
Yes.
All right, they're having a great time here. Look at this is Bianca right here. Bianca, look at that camera and say hello.
Hello.
She wanted to steal the kid. They're all still on the mic over here. Go
Hello.
Right. Buses for baseballs here. They're going to take my job.
That's terrific. John Jay.
Great to see John Jay's father involved in it. I was talking to him, and he said, yes, he'll certainly be here all 3 games this weekend.
That's right. The Cardinals are here Friday. Saturday's a 4:10 start. And then Sunday, Stanton off the end of the bat. And Giancarlo's 0 for 2. We're asking you for your picks. Here's Tommy Hutton's picks of the question tonight. All right, Hut, go for it.
All right, Miguel Cabrera. Adam Wainwright has been outstanding this year. 1 error, a fielding percentage of .996. Troy Tulowitzki, shortstop with the Rockies. And the Cardinals are doing a little bit of everything. They're pretty good. Best record in baseball.
Marcell Ozuna. Miami has built a 3-0 lead, and they did it in the second. Ozuna started with a single, an RBI double by Logan Morrison, a 2-run homer by Derek Dietrich. Ramirez behind the bag, and Betancourt digs it out. Ozuna is out. Betancourt a nifty play, and the Marlins are done in order here in the third.
Best hitter in baseball right now, in my opinion, Joey Votto.
He's always there, isn't he? You're always a Votto guy, right?
Yeah, I love the way he goes about his business.
Miguel Cabrera. What he's done the last few years and continue to do this year is pretty impressive.
Jeff Mathis behind the plate on an email and Twitter Tuesday. We're asking you, as well as everybody in uniform tonight, whether it's a Blazer or double knits, best hitter, best pitcher.
You know, the best thing about the questions we have tonight in the poll is that you really can't argue any of the answers. I mean, you can't argue Miguel Cabrera. You can't argue Joey Votto.
Best fielder and then best team. We had a great tweet. It's a ways back, but under best fielder they put Prince.
We like our creative fans.
Swinging a ball in the dirt. It gets by Mathis, and down to first is Carlos Gomez. And nothing you can do as a catcher on a ball like that, if it gets by you with that type of speed. You can only hope that you get a carom off the wall behind home plate, but that one kind of trickled back.
Yeah, there are a couple of ballparks, few ballparks where that would happen, but breaking ball where it was, 5 strikeouts now for Jacob Turner.
But that's a strikeout and a wild pitch, and Gomez is a threat to go. He has swiped 13 bags. Brewers like to run. Ron Renneke, a very aggressive, innovative manager. We talked about his ties with Mike Scioscia, Joe Madden, that Angel staff. Hop up. Dietrich, a long way to go. And he makes a basket catch in fair territory. Not much help from Logan Morrison because he was holding the runner at first.
Yeah, he talked about the Brewers, 3rd in the league in stolen bases, and where you see a little of the Madden and the Scioscia and all that coming out, especially Joe Madden, is that's why you'll see the Brewers attempting a stolen base, even if they're down 3 or 4 runs.
Rick, who has a Longhorns avatar on his Twitter account, and I think he's an Oriole fan because he's got best hitter Chris Davis. Tough to argue the season Davis is
Can't
having.
argue that. And that's what this poll goes on this year, too.
Give a lot of credit to Jim Presley, his hitting coach. Clay Buchholz is best pitcher. Manny Machado gets a best fielder nomination.
We don't get to see him on a daily basis. We don't get to see him too often, but the reports, the things I hear, he's much improved, too, defensively at third base.
And Rick goes along with the whole Oriole theme. He's given Orioles best team. It's always good to be nominated there.
3.5 games behind the Red Sox.
Tommy and I, we've not been nominated for a thing in our career. We just, for once, like to thank the Academy, thank our producers.
We're like all those years Bob Hope hosted the Academies. He never won an award. He was never nominated, but he was always there.
Suzanne Lucci.
Yeah, all the nominations.
Well, at least she got nominated.
Yeah.
We haven't been nominated.
We're just hoping for the nomination.
We're just happy to get paid.
We just like to go to the banquet.
There's a pitch and a strike to Jonathan Lucroy. Now Lucroy, over his last 18 games, a 385 clip. And that included some big games against the Phillies.
12 of 14 first pitch strikes for Jacob Turner. That's where he's really gotten things going and gotten in a good groove tonight.
A balk is called. The ball's live. Gomez can go to third if he chooses. And he's going to try Stanton's throw across the diamond, and he's in there. He gets second automatically on the balk, and then he can progress at his own peril, so to speak.
So, in a way, it's an interesting scoring decision. There's no throwing error because he goes to second on the balk. But is there a throwing error because he goes to third?
I believe so.
Because you have to account for how did he get to third. So I would say E1, but we'll have to wait and see. And I'm not so sure that I've ever seen that before. It's one of those things I'm not so sure I've ever seen.
Gomez at third. And Turner misses in.
Yeah, Turner never really got his feet turned around when he was making that move to first base, thus being called for a balk.
Look at Lucroy. That's the Greg Dobbs stat. And Lucroy, the major league average right now at 50%. Lucroy at 63. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Marlins may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Counts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Marlins. Garrett Cole making his major league debut tonight, and the Pirates have scored him a couple runs. 2-0 Pittsburgh over the Giants. Center field, Ozuna backs up, starts forward, makes the catch. Gomez can fly. Long throw. Impressive throw. Gomez with a pop-up slide. Scores. And the Brewers are on the board. It's a 3-1 ball game.
It's one of those situations in the outfield where you don't have to hit the cutoff man. There's nobody that's going to take an extra base, and so you air it out, and certainly Marcell Ozuna aired it out. That's a pop-up slide to the ultimate level. But you know what? I still like the pop-up slide better than that head first slide.
That's right, because you wrote the book on sliding. I mean, literally wrote the book on sliding. What a messy run that was. I mean, Gomez strikes out. He gets to first on a wild pitch. He gets balked to second, to third on a throwing error. Dietrich with a nifty play on the outfield grass. And that's how the Brewers got their run. A strikeout, wild pitch, balk, throwing error, sac fly kind of run. Is brought to you by Honda. Visit your Honda dealer for great lease and finance deals on fuel-efficient Hondas. And by Kaiser University, now offering degrees in sports management. Learn more at kaiseruniversity.edu. Ice cold out on the Budweiser bow tie balcony. Email and Twitter Tuesday. Tweet that. Willie Peralta for the Brewers, getting ready to face Logan Morrison, Derek Dietrich, and Adeiny Echeverria, a trio that did damage in the second. Morrison an RBI double. Dietrich had a 2-run homer. Echeverria a line drive single. And Morrison sends that one out to short. Segura in time. Peralta has an out. For those of you that have just joined us, that's why we have an AT&T Rewind. This is the Dietrich homer.
Love to rewind a swing like that.
And so Dietrich is up with 1 out. Into our email and tweets. Octavio has this one for you, Tommy Hutton.
All right.
Tommy, would you in the future like to see baseball return to Montreal?
You know what? Montreal is a great city, and people have the perception, which the last few years the attendance was horrible. There was a time when the Expos were in contention that they were drawing 2.5 million people a year, and a very passionate crowd up there. I don't know if I don't think I would mind seeing it return. I don't think it will happen, but I don't think I would mind seeing it return to Montreal. Not too many off-speed pitches. Pretty good changeup by Peralta there.
Dietrich's grandfather, who passed away in February and who was instrumental in forming him as a baseball player, would have been proud of that swing. And as we've talked about before, he's got the phrase that his grandfather drummed into him, "Let it fly," tattooed on his wrist. And that swing was a great example of it. And he watched that changeup in the dirt. Dietrich's on his way down to first. All right, if you want to join us on this social media night, emails and tweets. Emails, here's how to go. FoxSportsFlorida.com. Jump onto that page. Click on Game Connect. Once you're on Game Connect, go to Ask the Broadcast, and then you can type in a question. Or on Twitter, @FoxMarlins. And if you're into the Baseball's Best, hashtag Baseball's Best. That's right, Ken Rosenthal is coming on, and so if you have any questions for Ken Rosenthal,
put about 15 minutes.
Baseball, bow ties, whatever.
See what his Ken picks a charity per week, correct?
See where he is.
Where he is this week.
Yep, and what charity he's working with. Peralta trying to keep Dietrich close. That's the first walk that Peralta's given up. He hasn't struck anyone out. Echeverria pulled the bat back. And it's 1-0. Tomorrow, 6:30 start. For Marlins Live, Brewers and Fish finish the series. Ball on a strike. Echeverria, a liner to right. And fouls it back to the screen. While I'm into the emails, Tommy Hutton is manning Twitter.
I have one from King Clutch letting you and I know, Rich, that not to worry, that our time will come for some kind of an award.
And Peralta, as he came off the mound, looked like A, he was unhappy, or B, almost looked like he was in some discomfort. He's back up there with a count 2-2. Runner goes, Echeverria line drive, and it's right to Betancourt, who steps on the bag And thus, the 4th inning ends just like that. 3-1 Miami. Giancarlo Stanton. Since 2010, when he's in the lineup, the Fish 180 and 214. When he's not in the lineup, look at the drop, 59 and 96. Well, the good news for the Fish, he's in the lineup. Though, as Tommy said yesterday, patience.
Got to have patience. Haven't talked a lot about Jacob Turner, but he's been right there. I mean, he's made terrific pitches with his fastball, and his fastball has gone 91 to 94. We've seen both breaking balls. Has 5 strikeouts. He's walked just 1.
Weeks, man, is he hot right now. Clobbers that pitch into left field. Let's check in with Allison Williams. A-Dub?
Well, guys, any offseason for a general manager can be full of ups and downs, and that was especially the case in an odd way for Brewers GM Doug Melvin. You see, he was at his spring training home in Arizona when he went to kill with a Kleenex what he thought was a bug or a spider. Well, it wasn't. It was a scorpion, and when he went to grab it, it stung him. Melvin ended up spending 3 hours in the hospital after experiencing numbness from this scorpion, and initially thinking it was nothing, realized, okay, this is serious, we got to go. Well, he ended up being okay. The scorpion, as you can see, not so much. That's the picture that his son Corey uploaded to Facebook after the incident. It's an Arizona bark scorpion, which apparently is the most venomous in North America, but luckily Doug Melvin, okay. Scorpion did not make it through the encounter, though, after all.
Scorpion was designated for assignment.
Hey, spring training can be tough.
Betancourt swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Yuniesky Betancourt started his career with the Seattle Mariners. Speaking of the Seattle Mariners, you Gator fans take note. Mike Zunino was called up today. The terrific all-SEC catcher. Swing and a miss. Down goes Betancourt.
Big power hitter. And it seems like the Mariners are always looking for a big power hitter. Strikeout number 6. Some good pitches by Jacob Turner in the games, the previous 2 games that Jacob has started. His strikeout high has been 4. Struck out 4 in Philadelphia.
Peralta bunts. Turner gets the out at first. So the sacrifice sends Weeks out to second. Norichika Aoki is coming up. FP&L brings you scores from around the league. That Pirate game, that's Garrett Cole, the Pirates' top pitching prospect, his major league debut. And Tim Lincecum is on the mound for the Giants. Mets at home lead the Cardinals. Reds and Cubs, Washington and Rockies. On the coast, Arizona, Los Angeles, and Atlanta is in San Diego. Or San Diego, as some might call it.
With all the San Diegans.
Aoki struck out in the first, reached on a fielder's choice in the third.
You know, the 6 strikeouts tonight for Jacob Turner ties his career high. A couple of times. Last time was last year against the Nationals. He struck out 6.
Line drive, Morrison has it. And Turner is through 5 scoreless. Hey, a little something for the kids. It's camera 12. Press the sap button. Hey, Jose has joined Cookie tonight.
Hey, Tommy and Richie, how you guys doing?
We're doing good, Jose. Cookie, good to see you guys.
Okay, están diciendo que te sientes bien. ¿Cómo están? Bienvenido.
Oh, thank you very much. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah. Let me see if I get this right, Cookie. Bienvenidos a la cabina de TV.
La cabina de televisión. Muy bien, Tommy. Your Spanish is coming great. In the next 10 years, everything will be super.
Everything will fall into place.
All right, Cookie, now we've been tonight on Email and Twitter Tuesday. We've been going over 4 categories: best hitter, best pitcher, best fielder, and best team. And we've got your selections.
Right.
We asked you to choose after this pitch to Jeff Mathis. We'll unveil them and we'll let you discuss.
Okay, that would be fine. I think that we're watching a great game and a good offensive from the Marlins.
A line drive well struck. Schaefer makes the catch. And here are Cookie Rojas's picks. Go ahead, Cookie.
Okay, here we are. Best hitter that I have was Miguel Cabrera. Any doubts about that?
Nope.
Okay, the best pitcher, I selected Matt Harvey, and the reason why, he's pitching for the Mets. If you take Harvey pitching for the Texas Rangers, then that's a different story. Best fielder, Brandon Phillips. And the best team, I think Arizona. The way they play the game, fundamentally right all the time, and I think they've been a very good ball club.
I disagree with the team, Cookie.
Huh?
I think it's St. Louis Cardinals the best team.
Well, they got a good one. No question about that.
That's the fun we've had. You really can't have any arguments about that because I agree. Arizona, St. Louis, certainly Cabrera, Brandon Phillips. I mean, it's really a discussion that's a great one because you can't disagree with too many.
That's true. You know, I was talking to Jose a little while ago, the inning before, Tommy and Richie, and I said there's a lot of good young players that are coming up to the big leagues, which is wonderful to see. And I think we're watching a lot of them here with the Marlins. But in general, in baseball, you're seeing great arms, you're seeing good hitters, speed again, and I think baseball is getting better and better with the draft. This is a I think it's been great this year.
Yeah, it's a new generation of stars. All right, Cookie, Jose, nice to have you on board. Have a good show.
Thank you, guys. Have a great one.
All right. Juan Pierre comes up. All of a sudden, Willie Peralta looks like one of the top prospects for the Brewers. He did not look that way in the second inning.
Gotten a couple of double plays that have helped him out, a couple of balls that have been hit hard. Juan Pierre has lined out twice, once to short and once right back to Peralta. You know what? That was a good choice by Cookie because we tend to forget a little bit about that West Coast, and the Diamondbacks come into play tonight with a 2-game lead over the Giants.
Ramirez smelled that bunt a long ways away, and he gets Pierre easily. And Peralta goes 1, 2, 3 through the 5th. In his first 2 starts. Here in his 3rd start, he's been rock solid, and he's got a 3-1 lead going into the 6th inning against the Brewers.
Richie's thrown 61 pitches, but just 26 over his last 3 innings, and we talked about the first pitch strikes, 16 out of 19.
Toyota trend, Gene Segura, 8 triples this season. He has more triples than 9 Major League teams. Major League record for triples, crack staff. Let's get that. What's the? I think you got to go back into like the early turn of the other century for triples, back when fences were, I mean, way back. When
you hit a gapper, you hit a gapper.
And I would expect the record's probably in the 30s. Where would you, if you were to say modern day for a record like triples, what would your cutoff date be?
I would say after World War II.
Because even ballparks around that time had enormous dimensions in center field. Chief Wilson had 36 in 1912. Now, I'm being told modern day is considered 1922, but to me that's not modern. Oh, the modern day record is 22. But see, I don't think you can call 1922 a modern day record.
No, it came after 1922. You're getting confused.
Oh, the modern day
record was 22.
Is 22. Oh, thank you.
See, there goes the award.
There it is. That's what 10 hours and 2 games in New York will do for you. So, okay, so who had 22?
Could it be a guy like Willie Wilson? Somebody like that? Somebody on those Kansas City teams?
Or a Vince Coleman?
Vince Coleman.
Willie McGee for the Cardinals. Lucas to his left deflects it. Segura around first. He'll hold there. And Lucas runs it down. It's going to be an infield hit for Gene Segura, his 2nd infield hit. The Duffy's deal from Duffy Sports Grill. You can catch a ride. For $40, you get a lower level ticket, round trip motor coach transportation from Duffy's, and a $10 Duffy's gift card. The next Duffy's deal game is coming up on Saturday, June 15th against the Cardinals at 4:10. Get yours at marlins.com/Duffy's.
For Segura, that's his 26th multi-hit game. And some good names that he's tied with for most in the major leagues. Miguel Cabrera, Mike Trout, Matt Carpenter, who we'll see this weekend, and Marco Scutaro, all with 26 multi-hit games.
Runner goes. Mathis' throw is high, and a stolen base for Segura, his second of the ball game, his 19th, and he's only been caught twice this year.
Tremendous acceleration. I mean, he gets going full speed after about a step. Got a good jump with the acceleration he has. That's why he was able to steal that bag.
High fastball, and Gomez cut loose and missed it. It's 0-2. Carlos Gomez had an interesting turn around the bases in the fourth. He struck out, reached first on the wild pitch on the strikeout, was balked to second, and the throw to get him at first went up the line, so he got all the way to the third on an error, on the error by Turner, and then he scored on a sac fly. And that's how the Brewers have their one run. This ground ball there moves Segura 90 feet away in scoring position for a run producer in Aramis Ramirez.
Well, we're being told, Rich, that in 1945, 22 triples by Snuffy Stemweiss.
See, and I'm sorry.
Yankees. See, I have to go beyond 1945.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Get me to the late 50s, early 60s. Even no disrespect to Snuffy. Stemweiss?
Stemweiss, yeah. They say he could run.
That's not modern day. That's not. It's just not. There's a strike.
By the way, a good job by Gomez to get Segura over to third base. You know, it's one of those games. The Marlins packed all their offense in that second inning. They haven't done too much since that time, and you just hate to see a team that has the offensive ability that the Brewers have just start pecking away a little bit here, a little bit there.
That fastball is fouled into the seats and out of play. 2007, Curtis Granderson had 23.
Well, that's more than Snuffy.
Yeah, so
how did Snuffy get in there?
Crack staff. Little tapper down the line. It's going to score the run, and Lucas has to go to first to get Ramirez. Segura will score on a 70-foot ground ball. Ramirez drives in the run.
Yeah, the GOAT, third base coach, Ed Cedar, letting his runner who has speed, Gene Segura, letting him know and not complicating it. Just one, go. Well, he was on the move, got a great jump, and scored easily. And just like that, it's a one-run game.
Lucroy fouls it off and out of play. Yeah, Granderson in 2007, I'm looking at the list right now. Ty Cobb had a lot of years with a lot of triples. He had 24 on a couple of occasions. 23.
Stan the man on that list at all? For some reason, I just remember him having a big year with triples.
There's Snuffy. Lucroy bounces to short. Echeverria on to first. And the inning is over, but the Brewers creep a little closer. 3-2. Schwartz along with Tommy Hutton. And we're joined now by Fox Sports' Ken Rosenthal, who is on assignment at Dodger Stadium. Tough assignment. And he joins us live. Hi, Ken. How are you?
Guys, it's a brutal assignment.
Well, have a Dodger dog tonight and enjoy the show. It's what, Diamondbacks and Dodgers tonight?
It is actually a good series because obviously the Dodgers are beat up, but the Diamondbacks have shown so far that it's the best team in the division. Did it again last night, and it'll be interesting to see tonight with Greinke on the mound for the Dodgers against the Yankees.
Well, we're seeing the other side of Greinke here with Gene Segura, who's had a nice series so far here with the Brewers. That turned out to be
a heck of a player, guys.
That turned out to be a nice trade, at least for the Brewers on the surface with Segura this year, as Lucas takes a fastball for a strike.
And they like the other two kids they got in the trade too. There's two pitchers, Johnny Hellwig and Ariel Pena, both doing well for them. So this could turn out to be, for 2 months of Zach Greinke, a huge trade for the Brewers.
All right, Ken, we have to first get your state of the Marlins report. I know the Marlins have struggled certainly to score runs in April and May. They hope that Giancarlo Stanton and Logan Morrison's arrival will help. What have you seen? What have you heard?
I like Ozuna, and I like what he brings, and obviously Fernandez. This is what they're doing now. And they're going younger, and they're going to need to put some impact pieces in place. Yelich would be another one when he comes. And it's good to see Coghlan bounce back a little bit. So what I'm trying to say, I guess, is that there are some hopeful signs, even amid all the losing, for the future.
All right, let's shift gears. For you, as the Marlins and the Brewers play here, Stanton takes low and inside. We've asked, and of course, we always have you on an email and a Twitter Tuesday. We've asked our fans to select best hitter, best pitcher, best fielder, best team, and Stanton a chopper to short. And here are Ken Rosenthal's picks, and we can have you elaborate on all four. Here they are. Your best hitter, Miguel Cabrera. He seems to be the runaway winner.
That one wasn't too difficult, guys.
No.
It was pretty easy.
All right, your best pitcher is Clayton Kershaw.
Yes, and I know Buck Holt and Patrick Corbin are unbeaten. They've got great ERAs. They pitch really well, but Kershaw, my goodness. Past 3 seasons leading to this one. This year, again, he's below 2. Well, not again. He's been below 3 the last couple of years. Now, this year he's below 2 ERA-wise. And it's just start after start. Consistency is excellent, and that's why he's the guy.
Ozuna pops out. We've got 3 quick outs. Can you hang on for another half inning?
Sure.
All right, Ken Rosenthal from Fox Sports. Quick inning for Willie Peralta. 3-2 Miami. And right now, Jacob Turner pitching well. Marlins are on top. Ken Rosenthal of Fox Sports has joined us. And the rest of his picks, we gave his top picks for best hitter, Miguel Cabrera, best pitcher, Clayton Kershaw. Now, we've seen Manny Machado's name pop up once already tonight, and Ken reinforces it, going with Machado as the best fielder.
Well, this is a tough call, and obviously I'm fouling a little bit through his Miami roots, but at the same time, he's playing third base. And if you look at it, you look at the numbers, the defensive numbers are still not entirely trustworthy. Andrelton Simmons rates really highly. Carlos Gomez, you've seen him tonight, another guy. But Machado, for me, his overall brilliance at the position is just what sets him apart. That's why I picked him.
It's a fine pick. We had an Oriole fan throw that one out there earlier in the night. Pierre closes in on a pop and makes the catch. Now, your best team will be here this weekend, and that's a popular pick. It's my pick as well, the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, they're just a well-rounded team, aren't they, Ken?
That's how I see them. And what I love about them, too, is their depth. They have injuries, like all teams have injuries, but they seem to find ways to plug guys in. Kyle's not for Powell. They don't have to talk them over. They have one kid after another come up and contribute in the rotation and also in the bullpen. And it's just, right now, the model organization of baseball. Because of not only what they do the majors, but the player development and everything that they have going for them. The 2009 draft, I encourage people to look it up. It's incredible. They got like 6 players out of that draft, including Matt Carpenter and several others, Trevor Rosenthal. It's just really impressive, again, to see how they go about it, how they find it every day, and the whole operation, even without Marucci, even without Johnson. The guys they've replaced them with, Matheny and Mozeliak, it's just one continuation of what was established as a terrific organization. And again, they're the model right now.
Yeah, we got on that conversation the other night. We talked about Derek Lilliquist and him taking the baton from Duncan, and the help there is the fact that they've got a vice president of pitching in Yadier Molina, who, by the way, was my...
Well, that's true.
He was my pick for best defensive player in the game.
Well, that's a great call, Tommy. I couldn't argue with that. In fact, I may have been wrong. That may be the guy. Because his defense is not simply fielding the ball. I mean, what he does is run the pitching staff, and he enables them to bring up these young kids because those kids can trust him. That whatever he puts down, sinkers, sliders, he can catch them. And he gives them confidence. He goes, every hitter, obviously, reads swings. He does everything. So when you ask best fielder, he didn't come to mind because I thought you were talking about pure fielding. But best defender, that could very well be Yadier, and he is a huge part of the success and what they did.
We had a voter today say the best fielder was Prince, but Anyways, where are you? Where are you this weekend? And the bow tie you're wearing. What as Weeks is on the move and a liner into right off the bat of Betancourt. Stanton over a slide and it gets by Stanton and into the corner it goes. And the Brewers have tied the game. Weeks will score. Betancourt flying around to third, and he's in there with what will either be a single and a two-bag error or just a straight triple.
Well, we've talked about it, Rich. The entire game, regardless of the score, Ron Renneke has his ball club on the move. They're running. They're moving. Weeks on the move and a sweet swing by Betancourt. Ball took a crazy hop past Stanton, who tried to move over near that line and just tried to knock it down. I would guess triple. It'd be a tough error if he's given an error.
Well, regardless, Betancourt is at third base. It's 3-3, and there's one out. And the Brewers are going to pull the trigger on Scooter Gennett. And he will come up as a pinch hitter. And I'm glad that Ken Rosenthal is on the call for Scooter Gennett, because we've been waiting to see this guy. Ken, are you aware of how he got his nickname?
I am not.
All right. Well, as the story goes...
Okay, take notes now, Ken. Take notes.
I will.
As a youngster, he would not put a seatbelt on with his mom driving in the car, so his mom took him to the police department and told the officer that, hey, my kid won't put a seatbelt on. Arrest this kid. And she was just trying to scare him. And so the officer played along and asked him for his name. He gave the officer an alias. He made the name up. My name is Scooter.
That is a great story, and it sounds like I need to interview his mom.
Yeah, there you do.
That's an awesome parental move right there. One I would say I've employed myself in various capacities over the years with my kids.
Yep. Well, the Marlins infield trying to choke off a run with a runner at third and one out. Turner working on Gennett, and a breaking ball misses down low. The scoring on that was a triple and an RBI. Not often that you see a hit-and-run triple. But there's Betancourt standing at third, and Gennett at the plate. Gennett is out of Sarasota. So a Florida guy, Sarasota High School, 16th round pick. He's 23 years old. Squeezes on, and Gennett lets it down perfectly, and the Brewers have the lead.
In this game, the Marlins are getting schooled. The way Ron Renneke is running this game, and running, I mean literally, with the guys on the move, stolen bases, squeeze plays, terrific play. He knew he had a guy up there who could bunt. He had speed at third base in Betancourt, and just like that, the Brewers take the lead.
See, Ken Rosenthal comes on, and we have a hit-and-run triple, a successful squeeze, and a terrific story idea for Scooter Gennett. All right, what's the charity this week for your bow tie?
ALS. And of course, that's Lou Gehrig's disease. We get the Yankees at the Angels, and that's one that obviously has great meaning throughout baseball. And the Yankees have been particularly involved with ALS over the years. That was Curt Schilling's cause when he was a player as well.
Okay.
So, like all the ties, guys, I'm honored to wear it.
All right. Well, that's it. That's a quick inning. We certainly appreciate you checking in. We will talk to you around the trade deadline, our annual call. Ken Rosenthal, have fun this weekend.
Sounds good, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks, Kenny.
Milwaukee takes the lead, 4-3. Chevron Crazy 8 ticket offer. Fill up at a participating Chevron. Get $8 home run porch or $18 home plate box tickets. Visit your local Chevron or Marlins.com/Chevron for details. Restrictions apply. 4-3, Milwaukee on top. So the Brewers manufacturing runs, starting runners, squeezing. And Michael Gonzalez, he of the funky left-hand delivery.
Yeah,
comes in.
Funky's got the big slurvy breaking ball. We've seen him over the years with many different teams, the Pirates, the Braves, pitched for the Orioles and the Rangers, Washington for 47 games last year. But a guy who actually has certainly been around. He started his professional career in 1997.
Morrison, Dietrich, Echeverria. And a breaking ball just misses off the plate. Morrison RBI double in the second, bounced to short in the fourth. Since joining the Marlins in this season, Morrison 3 hits, fastball, a strike in 8 at-bats, and he's walked 3 times. And he had a prototypical Logan Morrison line drive double in the gap to drive in a run in the second. You can see Gonzalez trying to get to the plate quickly. Morrison wanting to settle in. John Axford, former closer, trying to work his way back up the pecking order, so to speak. And another liner in the gap left center field. And Lomo's done it again. All the way to the wall. Morrison on his way to second, and he'll stop there. Well, that's an answer from Logan Morrison. A pair of doubles, both of them in the same spot. Both of them hit right on the button.
Boy, each time he stays back and then takes this breaking ball, because he stayed back, takes it into left center field. And remember, the last time he hit a double, the next batter was Derek Dietrich, who was looking for a pitch to pull, and pull it he did. He hit it into the second deck, that home run porch in right field. So another nice swing for Lomo.
Now it's Dietrich, who walked in the fourth after homering in the second. Breaking ball finds the corner.
That's the first hit by the Marlins since that second inning, where they got 5.
Liner down the left field line, and it peels foul and out of play.
And, you know, Peralta, with the exception of that inning, really settled down. In his 6 innings, Peralta only threw 60 pitches.
Juliet tweets, "I'm blaming Rosenthal for what just happened that last half inning."
I think he could take it.
Two up, just in case Dietrich was leaning out trying to get that breaking ball on the outside part. And there's that breaking ball. He went after it. It was in the dirt. So Dietrich unable to move the runner. And now you got Echeverria coming up.
Well, that's what Gonzalez does so well. Gets ahead, and then he'll get those lefties to try to chase that, and you got Dietrich to chase it way out of the zone. That'll get Renicky to make another move.
So that was the assignment for Gonzalez, is coming and pitch to the lefties with Echeverria coming up. John Axford comes out of the Milwaukee pen. pitching change. Brantley was down in the bullpen, hustling down because the Marlins, with Jeff Mathis a hitter away, and the right-hander Axford coming into the ball game, will probably pinch hit Brantley. Echeverria is the hitter right now. Logan Morrison's at second in a ball game which the Marlins had under control, but the Brewers have come back to take a 4-3 lead.
Yeah, they have. Axford coming in, we've been told, has pitched much better since he's been taken out of that closer role. But here's a guy who had 35 saves last year, had 46 saves in 2011. He's directly over the top. He comes at you with a good fastball, good 12-6 curveball.
Well, Gonzalez for 2 hitters. Now it's Axford. And Echeverria has hit the ball hard twice. He lined to right for a single, and he lined to first into a double play. Morrison's at second. And Axford, who has some funk in that delivery.
Yeah, there's that over-the-top curveball with funk.
But as you noted, the closer's job was his. But after an awful start, he's trying to work his way back into the good graces of Ron Renneke. Check swing and a pitch that was way out. That's Lance Barksdale, the umpire down at first. Morrison in scoring position. That big looping breaking ball. Weeks will flip it to first. Morrison ends up at third base. And now it's Mathis who will come to the plate.
Surprised that Mathis is hitting. I mean, we saw Brantley run in. And you've got Dobbs. Yeah, I mean, you could go back-to-back lefties if you wanted. And it doesn't look like anybody's throwing in the Milwaukee bullpen, so they're not going to counter with a lefty. So a little surprised right now that Mathis is hitting.
Mathis has singled and lined to left. He's had 2 very good at-bats tonight. And this might be a manager playing his gut rather than playing the percentages.
And I know in talking to Mike Redmond, he does that. There are times we've asked him questions, and he's just had a feeling that a certain guy is, in his opinion, going to have more success.
Well, the count is quickly 0-2.
See, Axford has 2 weapons now with 2 strikes. High, hard heat or that big 12-6 curve. There's the high, hard heat.
96 miles an hour. Axford representing Team Canada in the World Baseball Classic. He still trails Dan Plesac on the all-time franchise lead for saves. He did not record a save early in the year. He took losses, 3 of them early. He surrendered runs in each of his first 4 outings. Since that point, though, his ERA has been respectable in the low 2s.
And a much cleaner look this year from John Axford.
Breaking ball, boy. Axford thought he had a strikeout. Mathis took it, and it's out. That's a heck of a call by Lance Barrett on Fox Tracks. So it's 3-2. What's he get, the hook or the heat?
I think he gets the heat. It's one of those things, if you see the Milwaukee Brewers all the time, you would know maybe he's got confidence in that curveball. In the past, you would see fastball, but if lately he's been throwing the curveball a lot for strikes, you may see that.
Heat, strike 3 called. And the inning ends with the bat on Mathis' shoulder. And the Marlins still trail in the ball game. 7 innings through. Was out.
Well, all the offense for the Marlins came in the second inning. Logan Morrison with a shot. How about another shot? Home run porch for Derek Dietrich, his 6th home run of the year. 2-run blast. Marlins had a 3-0 lead, but the Brewers just won't go away. They keep getting base hits. They keep running the bases. They're doing all the little things. Score a run on a ground ball with some speed from Segura. How about in the 7th inning? They get a run on a hit-and-run triple with weak scoring and a squeeze bunt. So Ron Roenicke, the manager of the Brewers, has pulled out all the stops tonight, and they have a 4-3 lead.
And Chad Qualls, who comes into the ball game. Qualls takes over. He's had a very solid year, kind of an unsung hero in Miami's bullpen. And he'll get Segura, Gomez, and Ramirez. We have emails from young and old, from experienced and new fans. We have an email from Steven. Steven has an RBI question, actually a couple of RBI questions. Many fans keep score. They have scoring questions. My partner Tommy Hutton often has questions about the score, but here's a scoring question. Does a hitter get an RBI when a double play happens and the team scores a run?
No, he doesn't. That would be rewarding a guy for making 2 outs. So no, if a guy, you'll see that happen often. A guy will hit into a double play, run scores, but no RBI.
How about if a run scores on an error or an error? Whichever one you choose.
No.
Okay. So, Stephen, there you go.
Either one.
The error or the error. Stephen, thanks for the email. Thanks for watching. Stephen is a big fan, Tommy. He watches all the games. And we're happy that he's with us tonight and happy that he's a fan of the Marlins and has participated in an email and Twitter Tuesday. Jim Henderson in the bullpen. Henderson has closed a little bit this year. Right now, Francisco Rodriguez has got that title. Little roller. Dietrich gobbles it up and gets the out. And with that, we check in with Craig Minervini.
Rich, terrific story here, part of the Broach Sports Tours. This is Gwen and Artie. She's 81, a young 86. And with this ball game, you have now completed the Major League cycle. Huh?
Yes, we have. And then many more. We've been 5 and 6 times to all East Coast teams.
Every park, many times you've gone to Fenway 5 times, but this is the first time you've been to Miami.
Yes, because we missed it this last year because she had a heart attack. She's doing well.
Yes.
We think this is the best ballpark we have been in.
And she told me that off camera too. What do you like about it?
Just the whole atmosphere.
Yeah.
And everybody seems to be happy, you know, everybody,
Yes.
except of course they're not doing well, but they will.
They're hanging in there. Artie is 86. They've been to over 40 Major League parks, and you came in here just for this game.
Yes, we did. Just for this game. Well, just for the park, really, but...
Just to see the park. Now you came in. No, go ahead.
I love it. I think this is the best park as far the scoreboard and the whole shebang is the best of any of we've been to.
Here's your old Padre hat. Look at this. Remember that old logo? Why has baseball been the sport that you've been watching since the 1930s in the minor leagues?
I don't know. I'm always into sports. I was athletic myself.
Nice athletic play there by the Marlins, Dietrich and Morrison.
And I started going when little girls could go by themselves downtown to a ballpark and not worry about it.
Main Field was that?
Field, yep, in 1936.
Now, one other thing. They come here, they're with a group, but they went to Key West, and I said, did you go with a group to Key West?
No, we drove.
They rented a car and drove.
Yeah, we get in the car.
Okay, great.
Then we went down to Dolphin. The next day we went to Dolphin Research Center, and we went over to the,
Nice.
can't think of the National Park. And
Key Biscayne, maybe.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And they're going to take me to the Clevelander afterward.
Okay, that's right.
All right, we're going. Back to you guys. They're great baseball fans, though. And give credit to Broach Sports Tours, too. They got a nice group here, and they're visiting a lot of ballparks.
Very nice. Outstanding.
As Craig was doing that interview, which is great to see the ladies just enjoying baseball all around the country. But Chad Qualls' name popped into my mind when we were talking about possible all-star representatives for the Marlins with the job that he's done, kind of year he's had.
Any middle reliever that's got an ERA down in the low 2s or even under 2 certainly deserves consideration. Echeverria quickly to first in time, and a 1-2-3 inning from Chad Qualls. Brought to you by Chevron. Alfredo Figaro against Kevin Slowey. That's tomorrow's pitching matchup. The Brewers and the Marlins. in Miami tonight, the Brewers have come back to lead this ball game 4-3, bottom 8. Miami staked Jacob Turner to a 3-0 lead. Jim Henderson is next out of the bullpen. The Brewers' bullpen, for all the pitching woes that Milwaukee has had, and their ERA is dead last in the National League, their bullpen has been outstanding, which shows you how bad their starters have been. The bullpen, a 2.11 ERA over the last 34 games, and the 4th best ERA in the National League.
And one of the big contributors has been Jim Henderson. Henderson's ERA minuscule, 0.87. He's going to face Greg Dobbs in this pinch hitting role. Batters hitting against Henderson, hitting in the 160s, 164.
So Dobbs gets the pinch hitting assignment. You've got Pierre and then Lucas in the bottom of the 8th. So the Brewers essentially have 3 guys lined up who have closed in Axford, who's now in the 7th inning, Henderson, who's slid to the 8th inning. Henderson was on the disabled list, and while he was there, K-Rod slid into the closer's role, and if this score holds, you expect to see Rodriguez in the 9th. Dobbs takes a breaking ball for a strike.
And just for good measure, you can throw in Mike Gonzalez. There was a time, I mean, Gonzalez had 24 saves with the Pirates back in 06.
That's why Milwaukee's bullpen is so good. The problem has been getting the game deep for that pen with a lead. Henderson had a right hamstring strain.
Well, right now, I would think the first 2 games that their manager, Ron Renicky, certainly pleased with the job that Giovanni Gallardo did last night, and he has to be pleased from Peralta's performance this evening.
Dobbs goes after a high fastball and strikes out. All right, we've seen a lot of different picks for our poll tonight. Here are my best hitter, Miguel Cabrera. Best pitcher, I'm going with King Felix, a guy that gets absolutely no support.
And no argument there.
And continues to pitch to an ERA in the mid-2s. Best fielder, now, of all the Gold Glovers, they give an award now called the Platinum Glove to the best Gold Glover. They've done it for 2 years, and Molina has won that award both years. And the Cardinals are the best team right now, and they'll be here this weekend.
So we'll see that Platinum Glover.
Now I wonder if he's able to. Now Yachty is very proud of those Gold Gloves, and Rawlings has supplied him with the gold patch for the glove. I wonder if it's a platinum patch for the glove and the equipment.
Maybe that could be a homework assignment this weekend.
Juan Pierre is an 0 for 3 tonight. He's lined out a couple times, out trying to bunt for a hit. Two and one. The Cardinals and the Mets are playing tonight, and it's 7-2 St. Louis in the 7th in New York.
Kind of curious to see what the Mets would do having sent Ike Davis down. They have Daniel Murphy playing first base.
And at second base, Jordany Valdespie. Kirk Neuenhuis got a start in the outfield.
But the Cardinals just keep on playing and getting big hits. I think Alan Craig hit a big home run for them tonight.
A 3-run homer. Matt Holliday has 3 hits and an RBI. 2-2 coming to Pierre. Flips it foul. And it stays at 2-2. That one's fouled off and out of play. Our Twitter poll, AT&T Uverse. Baseball's best food. See, I do not associate stone crabs with baseball. Brats and red sauce.
Yeah, I got Cuban sandwiches maybe would have been a better choice there.
Yeah, I think we're.
But who are we to guess and speculate?
Oh, especially when it comes
throw under the bus.
When it comes to food, it's not wise to speculate. But it's wise to eat. So I'll go with the brats.
Yeah, I would have to go that way too.
No offense to Joe's.
Just have to remember that next time we try to get a reservation at Joe's.
Three-two coming. Will Tapper up the middle. Weak sets himself. Fires. Safe. Pierre beat it. Infield hit. And Pierre is on board. Miami's down a run. There's one out. Here are the eighth.
Well, a little bit of that Juan Pierre speed, running straight through the bag, not trying to take a leap. Just went straight through the bag. Got there the fast way. Weeks did everything he could. But an infield single. And remember, JP was 17 stolen bases. And now with an 8-game hitting streak.
So it's Ed Lucas facing Jim Henderson. Stanton and Ozuna hoping to get up as well. Throw to first. Maribel from Boca with this email. Longtime fan. Question for Rich. I'll be visiting Japan in 3 weeks and have tickets to a Giants game at the Tokyo Dome, courtesy of Bob Bavasi. Any suggestions, pointers? Looking forward to the experience. Lucas takes the strike. First of all, you're going to have a great time. Japan and Tokyo is a terrific place. Make sure you get on the trains. The trains will take you anywhere. Not at rush hour, though. Not at rush hour.
Got to pick an off time.
Yeah, pick off time. Go about 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Go to the shopping areas. Throw to first. The shopping areas are terrific. Ask your concierge. They'll point you 3 or 4 different places to go. If you really want to be adventurous, get up. Buck Martinez did this. I did not. My wife got up and did this. Go to the fish market. There's a famous fish market in Tokyo. You have to get up at 4:30 in the morning to stand in line to get in.
Yeah, but of course for you and Buck, that was like 11 o'clock in the morning the next day.
Buck was braver than I was. But go to the fish market. If you have a chance to go see the fish market, that's terrific. See the tuna auction. Time called. Lucas steps out. If you have a chance at the Tokyo Dome, go to the concession stands. And the concessions that they sell at the Japanese baseball games, bento boxes are big. And each player has his own bento box. Every time we went there, the edamame, though, was sold out, Tommy. We were bitterly disappointed.
You got to get there early.
Foul back to the screen. Go to a Japanese shrine. Go see a Buddha. Go to a steakhouse. There's some great steakhouses in Tokyo.
Kobe beef.
The food is terrific. The people are terrific. They couldn't be nicer. So have fun. And thanks for the email, Maribel. Pierre back in. Lucas battling with the count 0-2. Trying to do a couple things. Hang in there and maybe give Pierre a chance to steal the bag and then obviously get a pitch he can put in play.
Seems like every time Ed Lucas steps in, he has a workman-like at bat.
Henderson ready. Lucas fights off a fastball right in on his hands.
He's 0 for 3 tonight, but he's made the pitchers work.
Flied out, lined out, bounced out. Anderson doing his best to keep Pierre close. And Lucas strikes out. So Henderson has 2 outs. Stanton comes up. A reminder that you can order food directly from your smartphone or upgrade your seats for the game instantly from the palm of your hand. Download the MLB.com at the ballpark mobile app for these features and more. Plus, check in through the app to earn free tickets. Download the free MLB.com at the ballpark app today. So here is Stanton, who has bounced out 3 times. Breaking ball, fly ball, left field, that's deep, to the wall, gone! He's back! 2-run shot and a 5-4 lead.
All he needed to do was get a pitch that he could lift a little bit. He hadn't been able to get one in the air.
Stanton with his 4th of the season, and just like that, a game changer. And remember, it was Pierre that beat out that roller by just a half a step that gave Stan the chance to get to the plate.
Got a pitch he could lift, little flat slider, and lift he did.
Marcell Ozuna.
2 home runs tonight for the Marlins, Dietrich and Stanton. The last time the Marlins hit 2 or more at home was in a game against the Cubs on April 28th.
April 28th?
April 28th.
Wow.
It's only the 3rd time this year at home the Marlins have hit more than 1 home run.
And there is Dietrich, who homered to right back in the 2nd. Ozuna with a 3-0 count. Henderson obviously a little flustered. He struck out Dobbs. Pierre beat out the roller. He struck out Lucas, and then he hung one to Stanton.
It just gives everybody such a different feeling, and I'm sure Mike Redmond could be the first to attest to this. When you have a weapon like Stanton that's there, he's not always going to hit a home run, but when he's there and you know there's a chance. Now he's got Logan Morrison, Stanton in the lineup. Ozuna's got a base hit tonight. Lomo with a couple of doubles.
Full count, 3-2. And Ozuna swings and misses. Henderson strikes him out. But Giancarlo Stanton takes him out with a 2-run homer with 2 outs. Down a run in the 8th. No more. Marlins up 1. (5-4) Miami into the 9th. This weekend, Marlins and Cardinals. It's a fireworks Friday. Look, Bruce Sutter, Ozzie Smith. The Sir Pizza 4-pack. You can get it, including 4 tickets, 4 personal Sir Pizzas, and 4 Pepsi soft drinks for just $60. Stay after for a fireworks spectacular presented by Subway. Go to Marlins.com for tickets. So, Steve Cishek now in a save opportunity.
It's one of those things down in that bullpen, you have to have guys ready. I think he was loosening up a little bit, but as soon as Stanton hit the home run, all of a sudden it became a save situation. So Cishek had to quickly change modes.
Jonathan Lucroy, Logan Schaefer, Ricky Weeks. Chad Qualls is in line for the win.
That was Qualls who picked up his first win of the season, coming in and pitching a nice inning in that Sunday game in New York, the 10-inning game.
Lucroy takes another strike. 94 miles an hour with the fastball for Cishek. Little pop, right field. Stanton is there, and he makes the catch. Out number 1. And that'll bring Schaefer to the plate.
It looked like Ryan Braun down there grabbing a bat and a helmet. They also have the lefty bat of Juan Francisco.
Against Cishek, that would make sense. Spotlight player brought to you by Cholula Hot Sauce. Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, home of Mike Krukow. And Ozzie Smith, for that matter. You just saw Ozzie Smith's bobblehead.
Not a bad area either.
No, it's a great area. And the Brewers minor league player of the year in 2009. So Schaefer, then Weeks, then you get into Betancourt and the pitcher spot. It would be interesting to see if the Brewers would use Braun as a pinch hitter. Because at the start of the series, the question about Braun with the sore thumb was this. If the thumb didn't get better in 3 or 4 days, there was the chance they might disable him and just shut him down for a week to see if that made it better. But if he appears in a ball game, you can't backdate that DL until he last plays in a game. A broken bat and an easy out as Mathis pounces on one, and Cishek is an out away from starting this show. Marlins Live, presented by Checkers. Craig Minervini, Jeff Conine.
Yeah, the other thing about Ryan Braun, he's only pinch hit one time this year. You get guys who are used to being in there every day. They're not used to that. He's 0 for 1 in his one effort this year. I think the guy that worries me the most if he were to get up there would be Juan Francisco, the left-handed bat.
Now it's 2-0. Well, Betancourt has a bat, and he's on deck. Francisco has hit 2 of the longer home runs in this ballpark. One into the home run porch off Ricky Nolasco, one off the sign in deep center field as a Brave earlier this season off of Alex Sanabia. Count 2-1.
Now, Red has seen his ball club do a little bit of what Milwaukee can do, the long ball.
Now 3-1. You see Francisco with a bat, liner to right, ball game. Stanton makes the catch, appropriately so, because it's a Giancarlo Stanton 2-run homer in the bottom of the 8th that propels Miami to a win and evens the series at a game apiece. Nice to have the big guy back for the Fish. Stanton's 2-run shot off of Jim Henderson. 5-4, Miami beats the Brewers.